Hi, this is Shadi, and today we're going to be talking about training, and it is very crucial and a staple in today's training age and competition in order to have an advantage training on the side, whether it is calisthenics, bodybuilding, or just strength training. It is imperative that we train and condition our bodies in order to keep up with the type of training that we do, which is grappling, and which is already very taxing on the body. So I've been looking up some of the old masters and how they had trained. Keep in mind, this is the internet. We take everything with a grain of salt, but nonetheless, it does give us some type of insight of what they had tried to do in the past. And this is according to witnesses or people that had trained with them, specifically Kimura in this video. So we're gonna discuss his training routine that I found on BJJEE magazine, which, by the way, they credited my Mongolian judo video, and I'm very appreciative of that. So today we're gonna take a look at Masahiko Kimura, arguably the biggest legend in judo history, and see his training routine and what type of training he had gone under his instructor Tatsukuma Yoshijima, which I did a video on several months back, and also I did video on Masahiko Kimura's life altogether. But today specifically we're gonna see the training that he had done on the side, not just his judo training and the drills. And the routine that he had gone or followed was Getting Swole as a Grappler by Gordon Ryan. How Gordon Ryan went from 160 to 232 in 18 months. Now, obviously, I was joking, but regardless, this is the training routine that I found on BJJEE. It says 1,000 push-ups, bunny hops or like squat jumps forward for 1 kilometer, headstands, 3 sets of 3 minutes against a wall, judo practice, 100 nagekomi, 1 arm barbell snatch or lift press, kind of like what you do with the kettlebell. He would do 15 reps on each side for 3 sets of 3 or 2 and 1 rep, which is not bad and completely logical. 200 sit-ups off a partner's back or decline sit-ups, also very logical. 200 squats with a barbell with 200 pounds seems a bit far-fetched in my opinion. You have your judo practice, 100 drills of submissions, also very plausible. You have also 100 shuto or 500 shuto, which is like a karate drill if I'm not mistaken. You have 100 practice or 100 repetition of entries in judo like uchikomi, and you have also an unlimited amount of sparring, 3 minutes each round with a different partner. You have also the uchimata against a tree, and also the osotogari that we talked about, drilling it on a tree as well, and also an additional practice for 1 hour. Now, it says that he used to do this for 6 days a week. Is it plausible? Maybe. There is, however, some exercises that can clearly be overdone, and overtraining is a real thing, and recovery is tough, especially if you're training in grappling, which is going to hinder a lot your recovery and also your progress in the dojo, not just in the gym. And that is, you know, the squats, 200 squats, that's almost 100 kilograms. He would do that for 200 reps, which is a bit far-fetched in my opinion. You also have the bunny hop for 1 kilometer, which will also really fry your quads. So maybe you can do this for once a week, and then later on you play with the intensity of your workout. That's also a thing we do, like for example the DUP method, the daily undulating periodization, where you, whatever training you achieve or you try to do, each time you go for a different reps and sets. So here's the thing, drilling for judo, for example, explosive entries or explosive throws, you can do that every single day. This is cardio, and also you are giving the habit or the muscle memory for your body in order to throw, and it's gonna be effortless during combat, and that's fine. But I'm talking about the stuff that can tear down the muscles and also really affect the joints, and that's heavy lifting. Heavy lifting is a big thing, and you need to know your ranges and 1 rep maxes. I have done it all ever since 2014. I have tried every rep range, every sets or every program there is, and I found that staying between the 70% up until your 85% of your 1 rep max, in my opinion, it's the healthiest for recovery when it comes to muscles, joints, and also if you are a drug-free lifter. And that's very important, because when I tried, for example, powerlifting between the 1 and the 5 repetition range, your joints will take a beating. Couple that with grappling, like no-gi grappling, judo, BJJ, or whatever, you're gonna take a hit, and your muscles first of all will atrophy, and also your joints will last far less than you ever want them to be, and hence, you know, the problems like discs, etc., especially if you play a lot of guard, lifting heavy, especially deadlifting and squatting for your back. I would say stay in the range of 6 to 10 repetitions. Now, if you go and search something like heavy duty training by Mike Menzer, he would train in the following method, and I have found it to be the best, at least for me. I know each and every one of you has his own method, his or her method that works for them, but to me it's above the 70% of your 1 rep max. You stay in the range of 6 to 8 reps. He would do 1 to 2 warm-up set and just 1 activation set. Say bench press, you do 6 to 8 reps and it's till failure. Till failure, you go 1 set and you go all out. You couple it with, say, machine flies or something. Say we're doing chest. It's gonna be more than enough for your chest. And, you know, you can just write your own workout, see the exercises that work for you. But it's mainly each exercise is you do warm-up set and then you follow it with 1 activation set, 6 to 8 reps, above the 70% range, but below the 90% of your 1 rep max, which will first of all preserve your joints. It's not as taxing on your joints as doing, say, like a powerlifting program. And also 1 set, it's easy to recover from 1 set, and you're gonna constantly add a little bit of weight, doing progressive overload in order to gain strength and muscle, but at the same time preserving your joints. But you cannot do that in the powerlifting range of 1 to 5 reps, and also staying more than an hour and a half, because you have to rest between sets 2 and 3 minutes. With the heavy duty training, you can finish your workout, and I'm not even joking, in 30 minutes. This is including stretching at the end. Each muscle only needs like 1 or 2 exercises, and that's it. You can do, say, 2 full body workouts a week, or push-pull legs 3 times a week. And it's gonna be very easy to recover from. You're not gonna be sore the next day. Being sore is not a good thing. A lot of people think that you did the damage, which is good, and I am very well against that. After 6 years of being in the gym, I found out that being sore is never a good thing. Even Firas Zahabi, the head MMA coach, he talks about never being sore, because you also have to grapple, you have to wrestle, you have to, you know, keep your joints healthy, etc. You need to recover from all of this. You know, even if you don't lift and you roll and very hard, you wake up the next day, you can't even walk. So imagine if you put the stress of lifting heavy on top of it. He says just do between the 70 and 90% range of your 1 rep max, if I'm not mistaken, and 1 set, and go to failure all out. Another thing you can do if you don't want to lift heavy at the gym, you can always do calisthenics. Calisthenics is also very good for your strength, your core stability. You can progressively make the exercises harder. For example, the chin-up, it can become like a 1-arm chin-up with multiple variations. The push-ups can be feet elevated push-ups until you can do it with 1 arm for 3 reps. every exercise can be evolved, even in bodyweight exercises, and it will keep your joints very, very healthy, which is something you need in order to have a lengthy grappling career, not just in competition, but you basically want to train until very old age. This is the goal, this is the ideal. So in short, you can never know if it's 100% or not what it's written on the internet, especially the Kimura training routine. Mas Oyama stated that this is what he trained under Tatsukuma Yoshijima, but then again, he might have the judo drill seems very likely and logical. I'm not saying it's not. It's good cardio, and it's not as taxing as the lifting heavy, like the snatches and the squats and the bunny hops and the bench pressing. You need to take a break for them so these muscles can recover, especially if you're drug free. Masahiko Kimura, there's no need to say that he took steroids, because back in his era, even before the 1950s, only the soldiers in the World War were taking something, and when they came like a bit mainstream, it was already in the 60s. So by then Kimura was already done with his competitive career as a judoka and as a professional wrestler almost. He was already on his way out, so I don't believe that he ever took anything, excuse me, but other than that, he needs to recover. Overtraining is a real phenomenon. I don't care how savage you are or if you can beat Elio Gracie, etc. Overtraining is still a thing, and he probably did this once a week, and on the other days, he lifted a bit lighter or something like that. But in my opinion, in my experience, the two things you can do as a grappler, because you already have such a big priority on the mats, you can do the heavy duty training by Mike Menzer, where you do just one activation set and you go all out and you don't feel sore the next day, and you can recover very well, and it keeps your joints healthy. And the other thing you can do is calisthenics, body weight training. That will also increase your strength, your core strength, and also it will keep you healthy and relatively risk-free from injuries. So what kind of training program do you do? I tried it all, but this is what works for me: the heavy duty training with a little bit of body weight here and there. What does work for you? Let me know down below, and if you have another opinion, also share it down below. This was Shadi, and thank you for listening.